Welcome everybody to talkersofgeeks.com. Justin here, back with more movie reviews, and today we are going to be reviewing the movie 8-Bit Christmas, which is now on HBO Max, and it's starring Neil Patrick Harris, Winslow Fegley, June Diane Raphael, David Cross, and Steven Zahn. And as always, I give you a brief synopsis, so here we go. From New Line Cinema and HBO Max comes 8-Bit Christmas, a humorous and heartfelt look back at the adventures of childhood. Set in suburban Chicago in the late 1980s, the story centers on 10-year-old Jake Doyle's quest to get the latest and greatest video game system for Christmas, the Nintendo NES system. And watching this, I was expecting like a very hokey popcorn flick entertainment, just nonstop laughs like Jingle All the Way. But what we actually got here was a really kind of a dramedy where it has a very heartfelt story of this kid who is trying to do anything possible to get this Nintendo system, whether it's trying to convince his parents, something that a 10-year-old kid would do, convince his parents. Okay, then the contest comes, so he enters the contest. He's trying to do everything possible to get this Nintendo system. And the whole premise of this is that the fact that Neil Patrick Harris's character who plays adult Jake, and this is the young Jake right here, who plays adult Jake, his daughter wants a cell phone, and he's like, "No, you're too young for a cell phone. I'm not gonna get you the cell phone." So, as they're visiting the grandparents' house, he starts to reminisce, and he starts to have, he sits down and tells the story of his parents and the time that he wanted something for Christmas, and the parents was like, "No, you're not getting that particular thing for Christmas." And it was kind of the same reasons why he's afraid to get his daughter the cell phone, the same reason why his parents was afraid of getting him the Nintendo system. He'll become addicted. He won't go outside as much. He will become totally consumed with this device. And as Neil Patrick Harris's character Jake is telling the story, you get to for us. I'm an '80s baby, so I was born in '86. So I was not born in the height of the Nintendo craze. However, I did start playing my first video game in 1990, which was the Nintendo system. My first game is WrestleMania for the NES. God help me, I know WrestleMania. Then it was Super Mario Brothers, and then it was Duck Hunt. We had all those games, and when we finally got to Nintendo. So I was playing these games, and I was young enough to know that, man, this is just absolutely amazing. The Nintendo system when it first dropped, it blew the world by storm. So I definitely could relate to Jake because I was the same way when Sega Genesis was announced. Like, we have to get the Sega Genesis. It's 16-bit. It's better than Nintendo. We gotta get it. This is it for us. You know, and one thing I really did love about this film was the fact that when it does get serious, the ending is a gut punch, and it has such an amazing lesson that I really want families to sit down, especially if you have kids, and really sit down with your kids, and after you watch the movie, explain the theme to them. Explain what Jake is trying to teach his daughter, about things have to be earned. Not everything is given to you. And it's such a great heartfelt ending, and it's such a great heartfelt film that it was just the way it was advertised. Like I said, you would think you were getting something like a Jingle All the Way, this kind of fun movie. And it is a fun movie, but it has so much heart. There's so much really scenes here that, if you're watching it with your family, you can sit down and really discuss with your kids about what this means and what it's about. And I really did enjoy this movie, and just credit to all the child actors. They did a great job. These kids knocked it out of the park. There was so much great chemistry between the group of kids. Neil Patrick Harris was great as always. And I'm not gonna lie, for How I Met Your Mother fans, which is my favorite show, How I Met Your Mother fans, you're gonna get a little bit of Barney in this when he is telling the flashback, when he's introducing the narration, the flashback. You get a little bit of Barney Stinson and Neil Patrick Harris. You can just see it. You can feel the persona in there. And I was just like, that's not Jake, that's Barney right now. And that's not bad at all. I think he did that on purpose. Like I think it was one or two scenes where you can just kind of say like, okay, he's channeling Barney right now. That's Barney Stinson. That's not Jake. That's Barney Stinson. But I thought it was like a really nice How I Met Your Mother Easter egg right there because it was kind of like a parallel because here we have Ted. Ted was telling the story about the mother to the kids, and now he's Barney, quote unquote, the Barney character is telling the story. But that's I thought it was I personally just saw something like that in it. But overall, this was a very heartfelt Christmas movie. I'm definitely putting it up there of highly recommended holiday movies to watch this season. It has some great fun moments there. The kids are all great, really heartfelt. I keep saying it, but it's real. That ending is a gut punch, and it's a really important lesson, especially for the younger kids to learn, and that nothing is given. Things have to be earned, and I really enjoyed that message that was being sent with this movie. Really fun time. Definitely recommend it if you have HBO Max. Definitely check it out today. I'm gonna give this a much watch and put in your queue just in case you don't have time. But this is definitely a must watch. I enjoyed the hell out of it. Little minor complaints would have been nice to see a little bit more Nintendo references and a little bit more kind of craziness with this, but it balanced the comedy and it balanced the drama and it balanced the theme without beating you over the head. It wasn't preachy, but it really was nice to see kind of someone who grew up in the kind of like this old school parenting where the parents did not just give the child everything they wanted, and the parents was trying to instill and teach lessons into the child like you have to earn certain things, and things are not just gonna be handed to you. For me, it was just like, yes, this is the lesson that definitely this new generation needs to know. So definitely check this one out. This is Justin from toxicgates.com. Did you like this movie? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll catch you on the next one. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you're watching this on YouTube. Instagram at @AtacosTheGeeks, Twitter at @AtacosTheGeeks, Twitch.tv/AtacosTheGeeks, and of course, Facebook.com/AtacosTheGeeks blog. You give us a like there, and I'll catch you on the next review. Peace.